So today we're talking with Allison Scott Bull, and we're going to cover, if a contractor wants to go out there and look at bidding and how do they differentiate themselves in the marketplace, and maybe having like a good, better, best situation.
Great idea.
If you're a contractor out there, one of the things you have to do is to show how you are different from everybody else. Yeah. And if you don't know your competition by how they run their job sites and everything else. And a lot of stuff, you just ask the builders, well, I'm using XYZ contractor right now. Oh, yeah, that's curious. I'm curious, what do they do on the job sites that you value? Right. Or what are the things on the job sites that they don't do too well that maybe could be an advantage if we would come in and do that a lot better?
Yeah, why do you like them? Yeah. Tell me why you're purchasing from them. Why are they your preferred supplier right now? And then usually you'll get a one-word answer, and you have to use those open-ended questions and dig a little bit deeper to really understand. Sometimes there can be really unique reasons why they're actually using that. Sometimes they're hidden reasons, like my sister's married to so-and-so. You know what I mean? Like sometimes there's things you just can't overcome, but unless you ask those questions and do your homework, don't be afraid to go on to job sites and talk, A, always have your safety equipment, and B, always ask permission to be on the job site. Don't just show up. So that's the other thing. It's like, make sure every time you take a step, your integrity and your professionalism is seen by all the stakeholders, not just the guy in the buyer's office. Because the site supers and
get to know them.
You get to know them and get to know your competition. And then it's a reputation thing from that. You're building that relationship.
Yeah. And that's really a higher level strategy, is how do you position yourself as a company out there? And you really have to know that. You have to know your marketplace in order to do that. And I think that's where some of the contractors, especially the guys starting out, because they've never had to do that before.
It's tough. They just think, I'm going to get a truck. I'm going to learn how to spray. It's an opportunity, and the market is growing at a very large pace. So there is a lot of opportunity, but I would say, make sure you understand what's going on in your market. Understand the relationships. I would be interviewing builders, and I'd be interviewing, the current suppliers, and finding out a lot of times the staff that works in certain geographies have moved around a lot. And then look at the other trades and products, services that your potential customers purchase. Look at what they are. Because if they're buying low end on price, you know what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. So be aware. If you're seeing advanced building systems that are on sites that are like cutting edge, you know that's a builder that cares about what they're doing and building a different product for whatever reason. They've got more into the product that they're building. Custom homes, typically speaking, you don't have that kind of differentiation, because every custom home, it's custom. They have a client on the other side that has a very specific requirement, or that custom home builder is used to delivering a certain level of quality. And spray foam really got, a really great start in that segment. So that's always a good segment to make sure that you've got your feet under the table. Yeah.
What's your recommendation too? I know we talk about a lot, if you're going to a custom home builder, is always bring them 2 quotes. Bring them kind of that bare minimum to get by code, and then bring them, this is going to be the luxury package. And if you have an ABC, a good, better, best is a good analogy.
I used to always say, don't show up to a custom builder client without having a quote that's got things like the privacy package. Well, what's that? Because your competition's not doing that. Yeah. What's the privacy package? That's where we spray foam all of the common walls around the main floor washroom. It's kind of like, when any washroom that's in vicinity of the kitchen. So you're doing external walls, give them a privacy package for X amount of dollars. The homeowner is going to love that. I'll bet you every time it's a slam dunk. So think of those things that you can do that makes your quote different, and give them the good, better, best, and give them the option. That also makes it harder to shop you as a contractor, because not every contractor is doing that. So if they're just putting in product, quote A, and you've got A, B, and C, you've gone an extra mile. You've already delivered more to that customer, and they're going to be able to, to see that you're in it to win.
Yeah, because that's a way you can always leverage, especially on the custom side, because on some of those, price matters as far as, hey, I want to get someone with a reasonable bid.
Yeah.
But to the homeowner, you could come and say, look, we could put 5.5 inches under the roof deck and you'd meet code and be fine. But what you really want is, you really want the house to be totally comfortable and no sound and eliminates all airplane. Let's put 10 inches. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's going to be more money, but here's the comfort benefit that you get from that. But I don't want to just price that one either, because then somebody's going to come in and say, well, geez, this one's half the price.
Yeah, think through how your competition is going to present their proposal, mm-hmm. and then make sure you've got points of differentiation. Absolutely. I think that's really important.